Welcome to the show. Taiwan, like most countries, is in the midst of a massive green energy transition.
Taiwan's government released a net zero by 2050 plan last year. That plan includes building more solar panels. But Taiwan is a small country with not a lot of free space.
Now, new technology may make installing more solar panels easier. RTI reporter Thelin has more.
Taiwan is leading the way in a new green technology, solar power that floats. RTI reporter Thelin tells us more.
Behind me, you can see a large floating solar power plant.
Floating solar power is better than land-based solar power in many ways. It doesn't take up valuable land, it makes great use of reservoirs, and it reduces algae by decreasing the sunlight that enters the water. This is the first floating solar power plant in Taiwan that had a capacity larger than 2 megawatts.
I am caught up today with Vivi Lee, who is the Business Development Manager at Thelin, the French company that has been building floating solar power plants in Taiwan for the last several years. This one was opened in 2018. Taiwan has become a world leader in floating solar power. How did that come about?
For Taiwan, I think we have a very special geological situations here. We are an island nation and we have the challenge of earthquake, typhoon, and also we're surrounded by salt water as well. We have a lot of salty water projects. I think this is why it kind of moved Taiwan forward, because we are taking on much more challenge compared to some European countries or some other countries while they have no typhoon, no earthquake, and no salty water environment.
How much floating solar power have you installed in Taiwan so far?
We have fully installed more than 117 megawatts of floating solar in Taiwan, and at the moment we are actually building another 200 megawatt in Taiwan.
Okay, can you put that in layman's terms, like how many households of electricity provided and CO2 emissions saved?
For the 170 megawatt that we have already built, it will be enough to, every year the energy that's generated is enough for more than 70,000 households annual electricity use. And in terms of CO2 emissions, it's equal to 120,000 tons of CO2.
One of Thelin most ambitious projects is the Changbin power plant in Changhua in central Taiwan. This facility was built on the open sea, so it faced special design challenges like waves and salt corrosion.
You recently built a large-scale floating solar installation along the coast in Changhua. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, that's a very challenging project actually. That's also one of the single biggest project the whole Thelin group used to have. We used to have our biggest single power plant in China, and now it has been replaced by our project in Taiwan in Changhua. So what is special about this project is that we have overcome the challenge to build it in a closed environment, closed water and fresh water. By fresh water, I mean it's not salty, it's not contaminated, it's just normal water. And the challenge that we're facing in Changhua area in this project, we call it Changbin 1, is that it's an open water, so it's basically seawater and with an open end, it's not a closed area. And we also have to encounter waves. So our systems will have to face the challenge of the continuous wave every day.
So can you tell us, what does the future hold for floating solar power in Taiwan?
To preserve the land of our nation is something very important. For example, we wouldn't want a land that's perfect for housing, it's perfect for a commercial area to be turned into a solar power plant, while it can be used for a better purpose or a more optimized purpose.
So the future looks bright for floating solar power here in Taiwan and throughout the world.